Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us by hitting that subscription button right below in red. It's free of charge. You don't pay anything for it, and it helps the channel. And also don't forget to hit the bell notifications for new uploads. I want to thank every single one of you for all your beautiful comments and your support. Thank you so much. And I would like to mention that right up top, there's 3 little buttons. You can click there to slow down the video to the speed you would like if I'm too fast for you. Also, right next to it, there's the CC, closed caption. You can turn that on and you can pause the video and take notes of everything that will be written down here on the stitch that I will be calling. In case you don't have the CC up there or the 3 little buttons on the video up top, there's 3 little buttons. You just click there on the settings and it's in there. You can slow down the video and also turn your closed caption on. The next thing I would like to mention is in the description box, everything is always listed below. There's a little arrow right, like a V, upside down, right below the video on the right side. If you click that little arrow, everything will be in the description box. So I have my Facebook page for the crochet. I also have a Facebook group, crochet, that you can join if you have a profile on your Facebook. And you can join us in the group. It's a private group. So, of course, you have to have a profile. If you don't, then unfortunately you can't, because there's too many scammers going around with the groups, and I want to make sure that we're all safe and nobody's going around scamming anybody. I see a lot of that in the groups nowadays, and I'm taking myself away from the groups due to that fact, and also the fact that there's some nastiness going on, especially coming out of administration's mouth. That's not a good thing. So I decided to create my own, inviting you to be part of it if you'd like to. What else? So I also would like to mention, if you please want to help to donate for the women in need of thread and yarn, I need your help to buy them the thread and yarn. I have my PayPal account below in the description box. You can donate whatever you feel like. Everything adds up at the end, so we can help these women to get them busy with, creating some pieces and distract their minds from the daily life stress that they might be going through. It could be a mental stress, it could be family stress, it could be mothers alone with children that cannot afford to buy these threads and yarn. So I really want to help them out, and the only way I can do it is by you and I together helping them out. So please be generous and help out. It doesn't matter the amount. And I want to thank you so much for helping. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm sure they will appreciate you too, very, very much so. So thank you again. Anything else? I hope I'm not forgetting. So normally when I'm calling out the stitch and I say chain 1 for space, and I usually say chain 1 separation, that means for space. If your stitch is too tight, then do an extra chain. So instead of doing 1, you do 2 chain. If your stitch is too loose, then do less 1 chain. Also, when your stitch is extremely tight, you should go with the hook, 1 hook size bigger than your normal that you use, because that will help to loosen up the stitch when you're going into the second row and try to put your stitches in. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. We're going to get started. Please also share, give a thumbs up on the video. It helps to circulate the video and have the channel to be recognized. Share on your Facebook public with your family and friends. Have them join us together as one big family. So thank you so much, everybody. I send much hug and love to every single one of you, and many blessings from the universe. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to create this bed of roses, or rosebuds if you want to call it. Rosebuds, I think, is more like the word for it. And the good thing about this pattern is you can go as wide as you like and as long as you like. Now, I didn't do it too wide because I only wanted 1 motif space onto this pattern. But you can do 2 motifs, 3 motifs. You could even make a tablecloth with it, or a bedspread with it, depending upon the yarn thread that you're using. So I decided to do one square with spaces in and one closed. Okay, you can go the length you want. I didn't want to go too big because this is for a hallway table. You know, just small tables for the hallways. So I think this is perfect enough for me. And this is very simple to do. There's a little bit of work to it. Yes, there is. But I mean, if you want to have something nice, you got to put in the effort of the little work to it. Very simple to create. Just, of course, it's going to take a little bit of stitching to do the rose buds because there's quite a few. So I started with 8, then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So very simple, nothing to it. Okay, so we're going to do this in 2 parts because it will take too much memory in my cell phone. First, we're going to do this part. And with this pattern, you can use it for other things. And it's important that sometimes not everybody wants to make rosebuds with a pattern, right? So we'll have part 1 pattern we're going to create first, and then we'll have part 2. Now part 2 with the rosebuds, not necessarily that you have to have it on this pattern, but you can use it for so many other patterns, which is a good thing. So you have 2 options here. You can use this for other patterns, you know, other motifs, designs, and you can use the rosebuds too for that. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to use a 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, so number 4. This is color 23. I'm also going to use the yellow. Now with this one, because I did one yellow, I'm going to mix my rosebuds, I believe, with this orange also. So I can have 1 row of yellow, 1 row of the orange salmon. It's a really deep orange, actually. It's not that, I mean, it's bright, but it's more into the salmon color than the orange. Okay, so I'll be using these 2 to incorporate my rosebuds in it. Hook size 3 and little one to tuck in loose ends, and of course not to forget the scissor to cut in loose pieces. Okay, so we're going to get started, everyone. Thank you so much again. So I'm going to come in with my white for this pattern, which is also a 4-ply. First thing you want to do is slip stitch knot. That doesn't count as a stitch. And now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, until let's say 42, and then I'll come back to you. So we have 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46. So we have 46 chain. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 more. And I'm going to come back 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th space. Fifth space, we're going to do a double crochet. Now we're going to do a double crochet per space until the end. We must have 46 double crochets. Just like that, 1 per space. Now when you're doing your double crochet, make sure that you're grabbing both loops in here, not just one, or else your pattern's going to curve so it can stay nice and flat. Okay, so 46 double crochets. So I've done my 46 double crochets. Let me just lower a bit of the lighting here because whitens out, especially when you're working with white. So we're going to turn around row 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to skip a space and I'm going into the next one. Actually, no, sorry. Skip 2 space. 1, 2, into the 3rd one. chain 2, and again 1, 2 into the third one, chain 2, skip 2 space into the third one, two, skip 2 space into the third one. So we're going to have 7 little squares like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So on your 7th one, we're going to do no, sorry, I was thinking of row 3. Always look ahead of the video before you create anything, because sometimes mistakes can be done. We can fix it in a moment. So we're going to have a total of 15. Sorry about that. 1, 2, and on the third one, 15 little squares, okay? Like that. Separation space of 2 chain and 2 space in the bottom. And we're going to the third. I'll meet you at the end. I'm on my 14. 2 space, we skip 2 space here. Now if you notice, by skipping 2 space here, 1, 2, we'd have to go in here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go directly into the last one, and that will give me my 15 little squares. Row 3, turn around, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the double crochet from the previous row. Now we're going to build the 7 little squares here, okay? And then after the 7, we're going to do 4 double crochets inside of 1 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 chain, 1 double crochet over double crochet. So now we have 6, 2 chain separation, and 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to do 2 inside of the space here, 2 double crochets, and 1 on top of the double crochet. So we have our first motive. Now we're going to go up 4 on each row. So that means next row, which is 1, 2, 3, row 4, we're going up like a triangle, like a diamond shape. So we're going to increase, okay? So 2 double crochet again, and we're going to have 7 squares on this side. So whatever you do on one side, you have to do exactly the same on the other side to balance the pattern out and to have our design come through. Okay, so we're going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then go up, chain 2 or 3 for some of you, and then we're going to turn around, create again the squares on this side when we turn around, and we're going to do 4 double crochets here and then 4 double crochets here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So make sure that when you're coming to the end, you're going to count 1, 2 on your third space, double crochet. So you can have that nice flat line. Then you're going to turn around, chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back in and do double crochet over double crochet. Now, we started with 7 squares. Now it's going to decrease on the squares, but we're going to increase on the double crochet. So now this time we're going to have only 6 squares, okay? 2 chain separation, next space. 2 chain separation, double crochet. 2 chain separation, double crochet. we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to do the double crochets, 2 inside of the space and 1 on top of the double crochet. Chain 2, and we go into the next edge here of the double crochet. So we start increasing in our double crochets, but we're also going to increase on the squares in the middle. So 2 double crochet again, do exactly the same thing as we did on the other side, and we're going to do the 6 squares and then go up, chain 2 or 3 for some of you, and turn around. Now the next row, 1, 2, 3, 4, row 4, I should say row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're on 4 now, but row 5 we're going to have only 5 squares, not 6. Okay, we're decreasing on squares and we're increasing on the motif here and also the squares in the center. So I'm going to do my 6, I'm going to go up, chain 2, I'm going to, or not chain 2, sorry, chain 5, come back, do my 5 squares, and then I'm going to come in and put my double crochets again in here, my 4 double crochets, and then this side will be repeat. So I'll meet you here after my chain 5, not my chain 5, my 5th square, sorry about that. So row 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4. We've started row 5. So I came back here on the 4th row, did my chain 5, did my double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and so on. I'm going to create again the 2 double crochets in here. We're forming that triangle design, and 1 on top of the double crochet. Chain 2, and on top of the double crochet, and 1, 2, and again on top of the other double crochet. So now we are increasing on our double crochets here and the space. 2, and then up again. And again, 2 double crochets here and 1 on top of the double crochet. So now we're going to continue to create our 5 squares. We're going to go up, chain 5, turn around, and then next row we're going to have 4 squares, okay, and then we're going to do the double crochets. So I'll meet you on the other side after the 4th square. So row 6, I have my 4 squares and only double crochets. 2 inside, 1 on top of the double crochet, and 1 on top of the double crochet here. 1, 2, chain, coming into the double crochet, 2 chain again into the next double crochet, 2 chain again into the next double crochet, and 2 chain again into the double crochet, and 2 chain again into the double crochet, and we're going to do 2 inside of the space here. Just like that. So now we're going to repeat and do this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until we have 7. That means you're going to have only 1 square left once you do your 7 double crochets. Okay, so that means we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're going to have until row 9, and then I'll come back to you on it. So repeat the pattern the same way. So we have done our 9 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In reality, it's 7 little blocks of the double crochet, but we have 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we only have 1 square left. Okay, so now we're going to decrease on these little squares, nothing to it. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into on top of the double crochet, chain 2, and into the next double crochet, and inside of here we're going to do 2 double crochets because we are decreasing on the triangle here, trying to form it. Chain 2, and we continue on with the blockage, the little blocks. Now we're going to do this repeatedly, decreasing until we have only a block of 4 double crochets, exactly how we started it. So we are decreasing, we're coming, and if you realize it's also decreasing on the little blocks here in a sense. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. Now we're going to have 10 blocks, okay? And you can see it's, you know, matches up pretty much the same. So we're coming in and doing 2 double crochets and create our 4 double crochets, 2 chain separation, and again 2 chain separation, 1, 2, and on the 3rd space double crochet. So now we're going to cut next row. We're doing the 4 double crochets. The next row we're doing the double crochets, next row double crochets, next row, until we have only 1 left. Okay, so we're decreasing on here and we're increasing on the edges here. So it's going to form that triangle, okay, going like that. So I'll meet you when we get to the 4 double crochets. Okay, so nothing to it. Chain 5, turn around, do your square, your square, your square, 4 double crochets. That means 2 inside, 1 on top of the double crochet, square, 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 till you get here again, 1 on top of the double crochet, 2 inside, and 1 on top of the double crochet here, and then squares again. I'll meet you when we have 1 square left. So basically we are repeating as you see here until we have that 1 group of 4 double crochets left. I'll meet you there. Okay everyone, so I pretty much did my square and I'm at row 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So row 16, we're going to start to create again. This time it's closed in squares for the triangle. Now, if you wanted to continue to do just this motif, then you would just repeat the same thing here, which is the same thing as here, and you'd have the triangles, okay? Instead of closing in like I have here. I have an old pattern, very old pattern, that I will show you, and this is what it looks like if you do only the triangles. Okay, you can continue on that like that. So row 16, I'm going to start doing my block exactly like we did here on row 1, 2, 3. So coming in and I'm doing my 2 double crochet inside of the square and 1 on top of the double crochet, 2 chain space, and again 2 double crochet inside of the square. This is no different than the square we did. The only difference is we're filling in with little blocks of double crochets. So we're going to continue to do the little blocks. Okay, like that. And then I'll meet you over here on this block on the other side. So I'm on the other side of row 17. I'm going to do my 2 double crochets, creating my little blockage of 4 double crochets, chain 2, and into the double crochet here. Now I'm going to create my 4 double crochets again, 2 inside of the space and 1 on top of the double crochet. So I'm increasing now my little blockage, so my triangle I should say, and 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, 2 inside, and 1 on top of the double crochet. So we started with 1 blockage of 4 double crochet, 2, 3, next row 4, 5, 6, until we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockage of the groups of 4 double crochet, and you're going to have only 1 square here exactly like we ended up here. So just do the repeat. So row 18 we'll put the 4 inside. Of course we're going to have it here, then 2 chain separation and 4 inside, 2 chain separation and 4 inside, 2 chain again and 4 on this side because we are doing the triangle. So I'll meet you when we have only 1 blockage left. Okay, so it's just a repeat. The only difference is we're not doing just chain, we're doing the 4 blocks. So block, 4 double crochets, block, 4 double crochets, block, and now we just finished doing double crochet here, so now it's going to be all blocks. So very simple, not more complicated than that. There's no point of keep repeating the same thing because it's always the same stitch. So now we're just going to continue with the block. And then row 18, we're going to put it here, the 4 double crochets, because we are doing the diamond shape. So I'll meet you when we have 1 blockage left, exactly the same thing as here. The only difference is we'll have 4 double crochet blockage in here with 1 square between the blockage. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing row 21. I'm going to turn around. We're going to decrease now. Remember, like I told you, we do up until there's 1 square left, same thing as this one here. So now we're going to decrease. There's no difference in doing it. 3, 4, 5, chain. And if you wanted to create the pattern just with this triangle, you could always go into the playlist Anna Table Runner, and you can create through there. So now we have 1, we're repeating the same thing as we have here, right? 2, 2, and then next row 3, and then next row 4, until we meet with 1 group of 4 double crochets again. And then we start to create this other triangle. Okay, so then we go back again into 2 groups, 1 space, 3 space, 2 groups, right? Very simple. There's nothing to it to create these triangles, and it makes beautiful patterns. And if you don't want to add flowers, you can just do all the way around, just half double crochet or double crochet or singles, and you got a beautiful pattern to display whatever colors you'd like to do it in, to match your bedroom, your living room, your kitchen. Pretty much fits anywhere. So we continue on doing our groups of 4 double crochet. always working the same way, the 2 chain separations, and double crochet over double crochet, and always 2 inside of the squares. Now, of course, we're decreasing. We have to do the same thing as we did here. So 2 chain, 1 little square. Now we need to create the second little square. Just like that. Now we're going to continue to decrease until we have 1 left. And I'll meet you at the 1 left. Okay, you guys. So I'm at row 28. So we finished row 27 with the 4 exactly like we did here, or we did down here. So now we're going to start to increase, and I'm coming back in, doing exactly the same one as here. So all you have to do is just follow, if you have like a marker. So starting to increase again. 2 double crochet, 2 chains, sorry. And 2 double crochet inside of the square, and 1 on top of the double crochet. So we're going to do exactly the same thing as we have here. So now we're going to have 3 squares in the center and 2 groups on each side of double crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you back here again, because this is a repeat of the same one as here. So we're going to continue to do it, and then we're gonna increase until we have 1 square, and then we're going to decrease until we end up with 4 double crochets again. I'll meet you at the end over here once we finished increasing till we have 1 square, and then we start decreasing. So 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and so on. And I'll meet you at the end of the last row here with the 4 double crochets. Okay, you guys, so I finished doing my other triangle, row 39, and now I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to do exactly like we did on the second row here, just squares. So we're going to do chain 5 and just double crochet over double crochet, so that's all we're going to do exactly until the last one here, and then I'll come back to you at the end. So I've completed row 40. Now we're supposed to do double crochets here exactly how we started off, but because we need to do it on the sides here, I'm not going to do top, cut my thread and come, or do only one side or the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my thread, and I'm going to start at one angle and finish at the other angle. Makes it easier on us. If I hadn't done the row 1 of double crochets, then I could have done all of this at the end, but I didn't do it that way. You know how it is, you create something, or at least I create something, I have something in mind, and I always end up with something else. So that's the story of my life, and for that reason I'm not doing the double crochet here on this side yet. I will start, make sure you have the right side up. I will start my double crochet here and all the way around until the other edge here. Makes it simpler and faster for everybody. Now, like I said, you can go longer on your pattern if you'd like. This is good enough for me, but if you wanted to, you would just, once you created this one, you could have went back and create this one, and so on and so on. Okay, this is enough length for me. So I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to right in the corner here where we did our first chain to start row 1, I'm going to come in with a slip stitch right on it. Okay, now I'm going to come inside of this square here, and I'm going to do, so I've done 2 double crochets. I'm going to come into the next space, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So we're doing 2 double crochets per space all the way around, just like that. Okay, and we're going to do that all the way around until we get to here. Okay, but remembering when we get to this edge, we have to do 2 and 1 on top of the double crochet, exactly as we have down here. Remember, we have the 1 double crochet and then 2 inside, and then we went into the third. So we have to do the same thing up top. So continue to do your 2 double crochets per square, and I'll meet you up top in the corner just to make sure that we understand where we're going with this. So I'm at the edge. I've done my 2 double crochets inside. Now I'm just going to do 1 right here in the corner, just so we can have a firm corner here, and then 2 more inside. 1 on top of the double crochet, 2 inside, exactly how we have it in the bottom when we started. So we have to have the same effect. 2 double crochets inside of the square and 1 on top of the double crochet. And then when we get to the corner, we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did here. We're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 right on the corner here, then 2 more, and then 2 per space, like we did on this side. Okay, so I'll meet you at the corner just to make sure that we're clear on this. And then we're pretty much done with this pattern. For people that want to continue to do the table runner with the rosebuds, then we're going to part 2 video. I'll have it listed below in the description box once I'm done with the tutorial on the rosebuds, because obviously we still need, and I missed one here because I'm talking, we still need to create the rosebuds here at the edges. Okay, so I'll meet you at the corner here. Okay, so I've done my 2 inside. I've done my little corner one here. And now I'm going to create 2 more to go down the side here. Okay, and then into the space, a little blockage, 2 inside, into the next one, 2 inside, until the end. And then we can cut off our thread. For people that want to leave it that way, then by all means. And for people that are going to do the rosebud table runner, we still need to cut our thread off, and we're going to proceed with the green. Okay, so nothing to it, just like that all the way to the end. and then we cut our thread. So I'll meet you, for the people that are doing table runner, I'll meet you on second part of the video. And for the people that are leaving it just like this, because it's just, you know, perfect enough this way. Just like that. Just perfect too. I want to thank every single one of yous. And until next time, thank you everyone. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, please. Bye-bye.